Hello, my name is Wesley Unkin, and I'm an aspiring mathematics teacher here at Buena Vista University. In this video today, I'm going to inform you on some basic mathematic concepts in the area of perimeter. First off, I think I would like to define the term. Perimeter can be defined as the distance around an object. This is seen throughout our everyday life with fencing and many other such objects in the real world. Perimeter comes from the Greek word peri, meaning around, and meter, meaning the measurement. Ancient Greeks and Egyptians developed this term when calculating measurements for buildings. Archimedes was also responsible for the discovery of pi and its importance in calculating the perimeter around a circle, called circumference. Now that we know what perimeter is, I would like to explain how we go about finding it in a mathematics problem. Perimeter of a polygon is found using additions of all the sides of the polygon. So in the case of the picture above, we have 4 sides, so we add all 4 sides of the polygon up, and then we have the perimeter of the object. If the polygon has 3 sides, then you add 3 sides of length up to get the perimeter. If a polygon consists of 8 sides, then you must add all 8 sides up to get the perimeter of a polygon. Perimeter of a circle is defined as circumference, and is the distance around the outside of the circle. The equation for circumference, as shown on the picture, is pi times diameter, or it can also be written as 2 pi times r, which is the radius. This can be described on the picture here showing that the diameter is the distance across the center of the circle, with the radius being half of the diameter. No matter where you go on the outside of the circle, the radius will always be the same, as it is the same distance from the center of the circle to any point on the outside of the circle. Now that we know how to find both the perimeter of a square or rectangle and the perimeter of a circle, we're going to use that to combine to find the perimeter of this shape. As you can see here, the perimeter of this one side is listed as 6 inches. So we can add that plus the perimeter of this side, which is 6 inches. Perimeter of the bottom, 6 inches. So for a total of 18 inches for this part of the square. Now we have a half circle here. So the area, or the perimeter of a circle, is pi times diameter, but since we only have half of the circle, we can divide that by 2 to get half of the perimeter. Now we have to find the diameter of the circle, which is pretty easy because by symmetry we know that this side is 6 inches, so we can also infer that this side is 6 inches. So we have pi times 6 inches divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, so we have 3 pi inches. So we can add that here. We can get an answer of, if we take that, so 3 times 3.14, which we know is pi. So 3.14 times 3. We get 3 times 1, add 1, 4. 3 times 3, we get 9.42. We get 18 plus 9.42 for a total of 27.42 inches. And that would be our final answer. And that is the perimeter of this object. So, we've been learning about perimeter. But what does this really mean? I mean, where is this used in the real world? That's probably a question many of you are having. So I thought I'd introduce a few areas where this is used in everyday life. For example, farming. A farmer gets done with his crops at the end of the fall. Maybe he wants to put a fence up to allow cattle to eat the rest of the leftover grain, such as the corn and beans. So he's going to have to calculate the perimeter of the field in order to get the right amount of fencing to do so. Carpentry. Not only in ordering the correct amount of supplies needed to build a room because of the lengths of the sides, but also when wiring a building, you're going to need to know the amount of length of wire you're needing to get the job done. Household objects. When buying cleaning supplies, you need to know how long your floors are, how tall your walls are to buy the correct amount of cleaning supplies to get the job done. And there's also many, many more that use perimeter in everyday life.